Okay, I think my biggest challenge comes to mind is staying the course whenever a big challenge arises, because when small ones do, I have a pretty decent, I'm not great at controlling my state, but I'm okay, I understand it. And I'm a pretty positive guy, so I kind of keep going. But man, like when my entire $8,000 of inventory gets wiped out by a mistake I made,
Yep.
that's so hard.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and then I just had my my whole inventory ruined a second time,
Oh, wow.
and I just want to give up. But I don't want to give up. I want to succeed. So,
Yep.
so okay, now you know the question.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's not the events of life, but it's the meaning that we create. Okay? So certain events have happened. You can either create an empowering meaning from it or a disempowering meaning. Okay? Two people, they go to Afghanistan, they both lose their legs, both come back to America. One person's depressed, suicidal because of this event. He's saying, God, why me? He wants to kill himself. The other person creates a meaning that, oh my God, I'm so blessed. I have a different perspective on my life. I'm so grateful to be alive. I've been given this incredible gift, and I want to impact the world in some way. Same event, two different meaning, okay? There's two ways that you deal with adversity. One is you have to have core beliefs that will guide you, because you're going to go through massive adversity in your life. You're going to go massive adversity in your business, money, relationships, death, sickness, world, recessions. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to happen that you have to prepare for, and you have to have a core belief set that can help pull you through that. For me, the core beliefs that I have is that everything in life is a gift. Everything. Everything is a gift. Everything is a blessing. Everything happens for a reason and a purpose, and it serves me. It's my job to find out what that is. I look at all the adversity that I faced, and I'm sure you guys can maybe look back, and I'm grateful for all those hard times that I went through, because in the moment you might not see the value in the big picture, but I always trust that occurrence, that problem, that event is happening for a bigger reason. And maybe that's just to make me stronger. Maybe that's to force me to hit rock bottom so that I can ponder my life a little bit and reflect and come up with new answers and grow from this. Maybe it's this problem has happened in my life so that I can overcome it and I can help other people to be able to overcome that as well. Maybe this problem that you face is a blessing because right now, it's costing you money, but maybe there's a lesson here that you're going to learn from it that 5 years from now, if you didn't learn that lesson today, is going to cost you $10 million, right? And wipe you out. And maybe you have a family and kids and a house and all that stuff, and so it's having those core beliefs. Another core belief is life happens for me, not to me. I have a belief that I'm guided. I have faith. Faith is basically when you believe and there's no reason to believe, right? And having those beliefs, even though there's no references, it's kind of like believing in God or religion. There's no physical reference for that, but you still believe because that serves you in your life and it guides you and gives you a bigger purpose. So you have to be able to believe and have certainty and create that within yourself when there's no physical evidence, of something to be certain for. So the beliefs are key. So for me, I like anything that happens, I'm like, awesome, great. I celebrate it because I believe that this is an incredible gift that's been given to me. There's a reason why this is happening. I've attracted this into my life for some unknown reason. I don't know why, but this is what, and there's some purpose for it, and I'm going to be better off for it. I'm going to grow from it. Doesn't mean that I might not experience some negative emotions or whatever, but I always try to convert that into fuel in some way. So if I get angry or frustrated or down for a little bit, I know that that will motivate me more. And the biggest breakthroughs I've had in my life have been right after, big. Like if I ever share with you, I shared before, I built these businesses. I was making $5,000 a month. Google made these changes and wiped out my business. And I actually have a YouTube video because that actually happened right before I was going to South America. It's on my channel of the day that happened, and I was going to South America. I didn't know what I was going to do, but it ended up being an incredible gift because it got me into Kindle publishing. I would have never gotten into Kindle publishing if that didn't happen, right? Or maybe that moment, I'm sure you're going to all think back, that time that girl broke your heart, in high school or whatever, and you felt like your whole world was devastated because of that. But now you look back and you're like, no, that's a good thing because it forced me to get into pickup and self-development and all this sort of stuff. So those beliefs are key. That always serves me. And then also whenever things like that happen, I always ask myself questions like, what's great about this? What can I learn from this? How can I use this? What's the real value that I'm being given from this? Or what else could this mean? What's an empowering meaning from this? And there's a really good technique in NLP. NLP is neuro-linguistic programming. And there's 3 techniques called pre-framing, reframing, and deframing, okay? I won't go into pre-framing and deframing, but reframing is where you take an image, like a picture, and you see the image, that picture a certain way, but now you adjust it, and now you look at it in a totally different way. And so there's a good exercise that you can do that I practice a lot. It's just like a reframing exercise. You can do it with 2 people, where you have a certain event, and then you force yourself to come up with the positives of that. So for example, we'll do this right now. So let's say that the big challenge that I face is that I go to school and I failed my exam, right? I got a 0 on my exam. What is the positive of that? How can we reframe that in a positive way? Do you guys have any positive you guys can think of from that?
Well, it's feedback to show that you have to study a lot harder for the next
Yep.
test. Could be pointing in a different direction.
Yep.
Saying doesn't have passion for it.
Yep, totally. What else?
Probably it's gotten worse than this. So.
Yeah, if you experience that, maybe you can overcome anything now. Now it's like you experience a big, like something like that, everything else will seem small in comparison.
Yeah, I think if you interpret it all as kind of feedback and something like that, or you'd say a girl turns you down in the club or something, it's all kind of just feedback
Yep.
and like reference experience.
Totally, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's your job to find the empowering meaning from it. That's where all breakthroughs happen. All therapy accomplishes the same thing. There's different ways about it, but it's when there's a shift in meaning of a certain event from childhood or a current event, and you come up with a different way of looking at it. I welcome all adversity, and I don't have attachment, and you can lose everything. You can lose all the materialistic things, but what can never be taken away is what you've learned and who you've become, right? No one can take that away from you, and if you've created something, you can always recreate it. Like for me, if I lost everything that I have, I'd be upset about it for a little while, but I know I could get back to where I'm at in half the time because of what I've learned and the experiences and all the knowledge and the skills, all that sort of stuff that I have. And so that's the real value of everything.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Sadly, I knew most of that and forgot it all.
Yeah.
Thank you for the reminder.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Learning,
Total respect, yeah.
Learning is remembering,
I
so
know,
Socrates
right?
said.
Pretty much everything he said, I was like,
Yeah.
he's right.
Totally.
Thank you.
It's got to reinforce what you already know, right? And not abandon what you know and believe when it gets tough.
Yeah.
Because that's what a lot of people do is they have these beliefs, but they only like to believe them when it's convenient and everything's great. But then when something happens that makes you question everything, then you abandon all those beliefs that you have, and you have to believe these things no matter what.